Anger, right? You know what I'm saying? All of us who've been here, all of us who've done that, all of us who have had to recover after an affair, anger is a big deal. We're going to take a minute to really unpack anger. What is it? What is it made up of? And how can we tackle it? Holding on to this anger, guys, is toxic. We don't want to do that anymore, right? So stick around. Let's see if we can unpack it. All right, so anger. Let's start with what anger is. Anger is what they call a surface level emotion. It's up here. Because underneath it are the real emotions that are feeding into the anger. The big three that tend to always be present when anger is present are hurt, frustration, and fear. Now, if you're listening to this right now, then you're probably just like me 10 years ago. You found out about an affair and you're like, what? And you're spinning, you're emotional, and it comes out as anger. I think you could totally relate, just like I could at the time, with fear, frustration, and hurt. Those are big. So when we're angry, what that means is there's a lot happening underneath that anger, a lot happening behind the scenes, but it comes out of us as anger, and that's what we tend to call it when we feel it going on inside of us. So when we get angry, to figure this out and really use that bit of information to our advantage, next time we're angry, try this. Just remove yourself if you can. Okay, if you're able to get somewhere by yourself, just stop for a minute and say, am I hurt? Am I frustrated? Am I afraid? Okay, and go one by one with these. Okay, am I hurt? Did something just happen that was hurtful? Did someone say something hurtful? Did someone do something hurtful? Did I misunderstand what just happened? Am I inferring hurt feelings where there don't need to be? What just happened? If I feel hurt, what just happened to make that happen? I mean, just really examine it. And look, we got to be honest. We're probably super sensitive right about now, so we could be inferring hurt when hurt's not intended. So really process through that. And if yes, someone did just do or say something super hurtful, then address it. Go, when you've calmed down, go to that person and say, that was very hurtful. You hurt me, I'm hurt. That's different than anger, right? It's coming out of you as anger, but you're hurt. The second thing, frustration. Are you frustrated? Oh, I could probably name, 12 things right now that frustrated me at that point in my affair recovery. I can only imagine what you're going through right now. What just happened that frustrated you? Is it because he wasn't answering your question like you wanted him to? Is it because he didn't know what you needed in that moment and you're frustrated because you need him to know what you need? What was frustrating you in that moment? Examine that. And then once you iron that out in your mind, okay, I was really frustrated because I needed him to hear what I was saying and I really didn't feel like he was listening to me. Once you've calmed down, you go and you say, you know what? I'm frustrated, very frustrated because I needed you to hear me. And everything you said back to me showed me that you really weren't listening. I need you to really hear what I'm saying. You're frustrated. Okay? Coming out of you is anger, but you're frustrated. Finally, fear. That's the big one, in my opinion. We are scared to death, aren't we? We live in a constant state of fear and anxiety because we've been hurt in the deepest, most traumatic way that a married person, I think, can really be hurt. So we are traumatized beyond reason. Fear is a part of our daily lives. We are triggered by all kinds of things. So what has triggered our fear? What happened? What did they say? What did they do? Did you see a text on his phone? What happened? Fear will cause you to be angry. okay? It'll cause you to be angry because you've lost control. You see? When you don't have control over things, fear creeps in because control gives you a sense of security, okay? Fear gives you a sense of that loss of security. It's all tied together. What are you fearful of? What happened? These are the three things you examine when you're finally able to step away from the situation and take a deep breath. Examine, am I hurt? Am I frustrated? What am I afraid of? Then, after you do that, stop and say, okay, so this is coming out of me as anger right now. Here are some things that I should be doing differently. One of those things is don't hold a grudge. Whatever you do, do not hold a grudge. It's not worth it to you. It's not worth it to the other person, because holding a grudge means you have not resolved your anger. Resolving your anger sets you free. Don't hold a grudge. If you exercise, that's actually one of the best medications when you're angry, because when you're angry, you've got a lot of cortisol flowing through your system. If you want to burn off those stress hormones, exercise, okay? That will help keep that anger level at a minimum. Remove yourself from any situation when you feel like you are really struggling with, your emotions, anger, things like that. Just remove yourself from the situation. Step away. Say, I don't need to be here right now. I don't need to be doing this to myself. And please, by all means, before you talk to whomever hurt you, frustrated you, or caused you to have fear, before you do any of that, please calm yourself first before you have that conversation. It's not worth it, my friend. It's not worth having a heated conversation. It never goes well. It hurts you both, and it's not worth it. So I hope this has been helpful. If you found it helpful, I am so happy to hear that. Practice those three things. Remember, there's hurt, frustration, fear. Those are the three biggies. Examine your anger, figure that out, so you're better able to address whatever situation it was that caused you to feel angry in the first place. If you liked this and you want more, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to do that. And also, I have a private Facebook group I'd love for you to join. The link is below. And until then, guys, go out, get some exercise, go for a walk, do whatever you have to do to feel calm, feel not angry, and ready to conquer any situation you come across, okay? Good luck.